I started writing a new song, and it's called Alien Goop, and it's for the listener. The song is called Alien Goop. We come from the alien goop, and we return to the alien goop. 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 We make the alien goop, and we take the alien goop. The alien goop. The alien goop. The alien goop. Alien goop. We break the alien goop. They break the alien goop. The alien goop. The alien goop. A soupy soup of alien goop. A soupy soup. A soup for you. And then someone comes in and says, "No soup for you." There you have it. Well, actually, no, there's a lot more to it. This is going to be a very ambient like composition. I just released I actually released this a long time ago. This song is called Amphibians, and it's like it's an ambient. It's almost an instrumental, but it's kind of spoken a little bit. There's a few times where I chant to a magical frog creature of the earth, and it actually starts off with a bunch of sound of stars, and I say in there, "Welcome, my wise green creature." Anyways, I don't even know how to explain it because it's that weird. So I'm just gonna, you know, stare into your souls till I think of something to say. Hey, you got anything to say, John?
How about you ask my brother?
Alex, you got anything to say?
What's up? I'm Alex too. Um and uh nah, I don't got much to say right now, at least except for Go Knicks. They're playing right now. Um but honestly, I want to dive more into some of this poetry you got for us, man. Some of these lyrics.
Yeah.
What's your inspiration behind this, behind the alien goop?
So I think actually the why and the um meaning behind it for me is actually coming to me right now. I think we need to all feel inspired to want to seek the unknown forces of nature and, you know, be able to wonder, be able to imagine all this wacky shit in time and space that we have out there that we can't actually see. We want to be in a state of receiving whatever the fuck is coming our ways. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, until they come down, and take control of our brains, um, such as what's happening with the government and 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 everything else. I think we won't even know when they're here. So just them seeing this appreciation towards them and noticing that we are acknowledging them. I think this will be like they're being like, yeah, we see you. We see you. You're with us.
I wrote a song called "We Live in a UFO," and it's a song about we are the aliens, but they are also the aliens. That's also the that's like the concept. And I kind of recently have been thinking about when I was a child, I know I have a lot of. I feel kind of ironic because I'm deeply fascinated and inspired and love nature, animals, and insects, and all that. But there's also this like weird phobia that I actually want to say coexist right now because I think our mission is to, dive deeper into that. So the idea is like a lot of these problems, a lot of issues in the world happen because we react to things as if everyone's an alien, and then the aliens might do the same thing. So we are the aliens, and they are also the aliens. The song is called "We Live in a UFO" by Alex Bozart. What do you have to say, Alex?
Go stream that now on Apple Music and Spotify. Follow on TikTok and YouTube. But now my next question to you is, so if aliens were to come down right now,
Yeah.
what's like your perfect vision of like how they would react, or how they would greet you, or how do you think they would react specifically, you know?
I so the thing is, I have absolutely no idea how they would react. They might, you know, we might be going to cyber war with the wars with the aliens, some wacky shit like that. But I don't know. Or they could come down and you know, they could climb down their ladders from the UFO, and they could be like, like what's up, bro? Or they could just be like, we're gonna like abduct you and eat your brains.
Zombie aliens. So now, what would be your like? Let's say you're in the forest, right? And you're taking it all in, and like boom, UFO, right? And it beams down, and then spotlight, and then one shows up. What are you doing? What are you saying? What is your first form of communication? No one else has seen an alien before.
Like I would be very shocked probably, and I would feel some kind of, even though I know they're real and out there, I would feel conversion, crippled a little bit from within because there would just be such like shock, even though they have to be out there. Um, yeah, and now back to Alex.
Okay, word. So let's dive into your music a little bit. I can tell you're very influenced by Bowie. Maybe some '70s influences, like that music style. What is inspiring you today?
So it's so funny because Alex nailed my inspiration for Bowie. So what is inspiring me today is I think the idea of like finding, I guess, like comfort, excitement, curiosity, and all that, with the idea of the unknown and the idea of creating fiction that we I really feel like we need to like believe fiction, or not kind of believe it, like feel it deeply as if it's real. I mean, because we get so stuck thinking and trying to do things as they're presented to us in the books and all that. So that's kind of where my head is right now. That's why I'm one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast is so that I can go back and collect random shit from my blabbing that inspires me and put it on paper. And I don't even give a shit if this podcast sucks and like totally is bombing right now. Like, fuck it. I'm just like, this is actually helping me uncensor my voice so that I can say what I like really mean to say and want to say in my lyrics, and hopefully generate a few songs later down the road from that. And also, if you do happen to like my music, it would mean so much to me for you to follow me on Spotify, because I do really need to grow my monthly listeners, because of more, opportunities in the industry for, experts out there who see you putting yourself out there and growing. I'm trying to build my own record label. I actually am sealing the deal. It's Claustrophobic World Productions. I say on my website that we all must break free from our robotic interfaces and be reborn again into this life. And I kind of feel like that's starting to happen to me. I really feel that, um, like now. Um, I'm also making an album, and it's called Gems of the Galaxy.
I love everything you just said, man. It was like just the whole bit of I'm doing this just to look back on and to have inspiration from the words I say, and it helps me digest creatively. I think that's like genuinely such a such a great way of being creative and you know filtering out your ideas. Um uh let's get more into like, tell me more about what did you say earlier? It was the label
Claustrophobic World Productions.
claustrophobic world production. I love that. That's genuinely like it sounds
Tell me everything you
so
like about it.
unique. It sounds so unique, and the whole thing about saying like getting away from these digital interfaces and being. You just said being reborn again. I'm like in my head. I'm like, dude, that sounds like such a good lyric, or
Yeah.
it's such a good concept, even for like for music or for a song, because I get as a musician myself, I get so in my head about what I'm writing, about what it's gonna mean to other people instead of just like being true to myself and being organic and just putting it out there. But that just sounds like such a unique idea, and it sounds like so many people can take it in so many different ways and be inspired. And it's okay. So, as far as it goes for this label, like, what's your main demographic? What do you want to focus on? Is there specific genres you want to focus on? Is it like for anything? Is it going to go from indie to hyper pop to rock and roll to dance music? Like, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so definitely like indie rock, I guess you'd say. Sure, I guess pop makes sense. I have such a difficult time explaining my genre because uh I don't know, I guess I just like try not to sound like people, or um trying to think of where I was going with this. I feel like I am being reborn again into this life right now. Do you ever like think about total stillness?
I can go off that. Dude, yeah. Sometimes I feel a bit paralyzed. I feel a bit, stuck, and I've been noticing that a lot more with um, coming of age. Look, I just turned 21, and I know I'm very young, but I have such an important part of my life ahead of me, and sometimes I feel like it's such a stale point,
Yeah.
and for me it's definitely just breaking out of my shell. I see you doing all like you're posting out content and you're promoting your music and you're doing it, man, and for some reason I can't get around that barrier, you know like for me there's just such a shyness for me. I'm almost embarrassed to show any of like my creations and any of my art, is just cuz not that I'm afraid of, you know judgment. I could really give a shit what anyone says about me or anything about my music. But it's more just like, I guess, just motivation to do it. I can't find myself to push myself to do it sometimes. I feel myself distracted with other projects and other things, and once I finish a song or uh, a project with another friend, my instant idea is got to do the next one instead of posting it and promoting it, and it's insanely frustrating for me, man. You got any advice for that?
That's such a tricky one. The thing is, this is hard for me. I feel like something will come to me soon, but this is kind of hard for me to answer right now because I feel like I'd spend more time working on my musical career than most people do. Just I guess what I mean is just music and music career. I mean, it's different, but the same thing also. So like, what I do is I just like what I kind of intuitively do is like every day I think about, well, what's lacking? Is it my entrepreneurship? Is it my artistry? I feel so it feels so ridiculous calling myself an entrepreneur, but fuck it. I am. So I'm just like thinking about, like, am I going into my entrepreneurship today, or am I going into my artistry today? And so say this is an artistry day. Is this a podcast day? Is this a beach day? Is this a hike in the woods day? Is this a sit down at your instrument and practice day? I think all of these things are so, and what I really love about all these things are so important, like checking off all the boxes. Um, and what I love about David Bowie is when I watched the Moon Age Daydream documentary, it was just so like fascinating and inspiring to watch him make all these pieces and have all these crazy, like, out of this world personas that he would tap into in the context of performance, and just his creative process. Just the idea of being the jack of all trades. As it's funny, my dad is more of a finance person, so like he's actually said that before. And like what I kind of see working is I'm just throwing all the shit at the wall that I can, and a little piece of the shit's gonna fall off the wall, and I'm gonna pick it up and it's gonna stick. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but to I kind of went off in a tangent. Because you were I wanted to answer your question more about. Say that again. What your
I was gonna steer off into another direction, just to keep the tape rolling.
I do want to try to answer your question.
I mean, let me go to my notes. So let's get deep. Let's get deeper into you, man. Like, what's your everyday life like? What do you like to do? Do you enjoy the occasional beer? Do you smoke some pot? Do you what's an everyday life for Alex Bozart?
So the everyday life for me is, well, actually, it's kind of all over the place. And I am trying to structure it a little bit, but not too much, just a little bit, because, too much structure, I'm discovering more and more as I think I'm advancing. Less structure actually helps me more. I used to be like so OCD with practice and feel like I would literally sit at the piano or guitar like for hours and hours and hours. But then, like, how do you like write a song about uh some wacky sea anemone or whatever if you haven't actually seen it? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So we got to talking a little bit before this podcast started, and I learned that we went to the same school at Berklee College of Music in Boston. Now, I'm convinced that there are hella aliens at that school, bro. Convinced, you know. There's this not to judge, you know, these people are doing their thing and I love it, you know, and I love to see the content and I love to see the effort put in, but these people like sometimes, dude, these people are so committed to their bit that in person.
So you like sit in the practice room for like 10 hours. So you like sit in the practice room for 10 hours a day, and like the aliens, because you're just there, you're like a target for the aliens. The aliens like feed on people who just are OCD, and they like
Oh yeah.
do the same repetitions for hours and hours and hours. Which, don't get me wrong, it's right. It's important as an
yeah.
art musician.
But
and proving.
I'll give you, for instance, there's this one specific alien at my school named Crunk Bro. Okay, and I'll tell you a few stories.
Bro.
I'll tell you a few stories about Crunk Bro. Is one time I was just in the street hanging out, and I follow Crunk Bro, and Crunk Bro is hilarious. And Crunk Bro is an insane pianist, like no joke, like jazz piano, like like can riff anything. But Crunk Bro would be in the street, running around, jumping up and down, and go, "What's Popalop in Crunk Fam? Fortnite XD," and just ramble on these like nonsense, and I fuck with it, you know. It's hilarious to me, and at this point, everyone's like, that's a celebrity. That's a Berklee celebrity right there, man. In my head, I'm going, that's an alien. That's an alien. There's a bunch.
Wait, hold on. I'm very interested in what you were saying there, because you were talking about how we are like how that person's an alien, but I was getting like liberating and kind of like freeing vibes, because you were talking about this person being like out in public and just uncensored and rapping to himself.
Has like doesn't care about what anyone thinks, is completely free will, has, I mean, you know, they do their thing, and I love to see it, and I love to see, you know, people being their unfiltered true selves in these spaces, you know. That's what Boston will do to you, you know.
Yeah, you can be unfiltered in Boston and just like, roaming. I really feel like we're just meant to be like literally out and about in the world. And like I didn't feel this way for a long time about trying to make music and art. Like, you got to do the actual thing that the music is about. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm creating all these experiences and opportunities. Is it going still? Yeah. So creating all these opportunities and experiences for ourselves and for other people. I think traveling, if we can afford to do that, I mean, not everyone can. Like, fucking go to Hawaii and jump off one of those canyons or into the water. What do you call it? You know what those are?
Yeah. I've been cliff jumping before. I went cliff jumping one time off of something that was like 65 feet, and I knocked the wind out of myself. And that was an experience. But I don't know. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
This is absolutely hilarious, because I recently improvised a composition called Holistic Lizard, and I was sitting at the piano in this very studio in the other room where this podcast is being recorded right now, and I was having this recollection. It's like very blurry. It's like kind of deja vu. I just remember felt so content at the piano, and I was recalling myself when I was about 5 years old, smuggling a lizard on an airplane home from Hawaii and letting it go in my backyard in New Jersey. it's a crazy story. There's no customs then, so I just I wanted to keep the lizard. I just wanted a pet lizard, so I took the lizard.
What was the lizard's name?
Well, the lizard's name is Holistic Lizard. That's the name of the song. So, I mean, I guess it could have a name. I don't know. Suppose. Maybe there'll be a purpose or reason to put a label to that later. Um, Remember my nanny did not want me to have the lizard. She's like, you're not having the lizard. No, she didn't say that, but like I actually was just very good at catching lizards. I love lizards, reptiles, and I was like collecting them, and then she was like, my nanny, she just did not want me to be an artist. She's a total sassy bitch. Her name's Susan. Her name is Susan, and I wrote a song about her to tell her to go fuck herself, and it's called Goodbye Susan. Fuck you, Susan. Yeah, she was.
It's serious today, Alex.
Wait, what's serious?
Serious today. You got that microphone in your hands.
You want to get in here?
I gotta get in here.
You want to tell my old nanny Susan to go fuck herself?
Oh, sure, yeah. Hi, Nanny Susan. I know it's been a very, very long time, and I hope you're doing well. Is she alive still?
Yeah, I hope she is.
We hope you're alive still. And if you are, we have a very, very important message for you. Shall we all say it together?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself!
Susan! Well, actually, no, that's not the name.
That's so mean. I'm sorry. Susan, I don't know you. I'm sure you're a wonderful woman, maybe. But you shouldn't be mean to Alex.
The song is called Goodbye, Susan.
Okay, so let's get into live music. All right, have you performed? You're from New York. Have you performed in New York? Are you planning on performing more in New York?
Oh yeah, tons.
They just restricted the live.
Oh,
Really?
fuck.
We're saying go fuck yourself.
The 30-minute mark, but
They restricted it.
we're still live, but it's restricted for younger viewers. Oh, that's we're still live on YouTube. We're good, but that was just fucking hilarious. That's funny. Oops. Now we know.
I knew that was gonna happen. I don't give a shit.
We're still live, so it's hilarious.
As long as you don't take away my videos.
We're at 3 minutes, by the way. So it's up to you if you want to do it. We're good.
I hope my channel remains up.
Oh no, this isn't doing
No, it's because basically the live was like streaming to everybody, but now they just child restricted it so kids can't
Oh
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you're chill.
It was a good thing.
Wait, no, who needs kids? No, I'm just no, I'm just kidding. Where was I?
Live music.
Live music. Yes, I'm doing the biggest show ever on May 1st at the Players Club in Gramercy Park, and it's to pitch my label. So actually, attention, New Yorkers, if anyone knows anyone who's a guitarist and bassist, I need guitar players and bassists to help me perform my songs with the band at the show, because not everyone who's done the songs with me here in the studio will be available then, so we'll be looking for guitarists and bassists for this gig and future gigs, and drummers too. If anyone knows anyone, please send me some referrals. I want to scope y'all out.
And through this this show, what can we expect, man? Like, I know obviously your original music, but as far as vibe goes and you know, overall, like, stage presence, what do you want to bring to the table when you're doing this show?
I want to bring, fiction, fantasy, inspiration, creativity, imagination. I wanted people to feel like they want to, they can go, roll around in the mud or whatever and put themselves in, fucking just be weird. Like,
Maybe roll around some alien goop. You know?
yeah, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you literally want to roll around an alien goop, that's fine too.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I think we're good to go.
All right.
All right.
So say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, Susan. Sorry you kids heard me curse. I won't do that again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, and on the 24th this month, I'm releasing a new single. It's called Nobody. Right now, Listic Lizard is released by Alex Bozart. We Live in a UFO by Alex Bozart. Check those out. Putting new music out, and I'm making Gems of the Galaxy. It's going to be the new album, and we got lots more stuff coming out, coming your way. Check it out. Peace.